So President Donald Trump has said that he wants to see NATO allies pay for the weapons that we're sending to Ukraine so that U.S. taxpayers don't have to foot the bill. And now we're seeing the first plan being proposed by two Republican senators on just how this might work. So it would see allies pay into this fund set up at the Treasury Department, and then the Secretary of Defense could use that money to pay contractors to replenish U.S. stocks. So the U.S. would still send weapons to Ukraine, but we would be able to use this money coming in from allies to replenish our own stock so we could continue to keep up with our own defensive capabilities as well. I asked the State Department here today just how many allies are agreeing to this and just how exactly they're going to make sure that they pay up. There's the talk about getting, European allies to pay into this fund in the Treasury Department, and then we would then send the weapons on to Ukraine. Do you have a sense of just how exactly you're going to make sure that these European allies do pay into this fund? And do you have a sense of how many so far have agreed to this?
Well, I'm not going to comment on pending congressional action or refer you to Congress on that, but what I can say is talk about the NATO weapons deal that was talked about by the president. The fact that we have an agreement with NATO in order for them to buy weapons in which they can then send to other countries if they so choose. And I think this is part of an America First foreign policy and the burden sharing that we've seen pushed by President Trump and Secretary Rubio. The idea that we have other countries stepping up that makes stronger alliances, that makes partnerships stronger, while at the same time helping the American people, revitalizing certain industries, increasing the amount of purchases that we're seeing. So we're seeing that impetus from this administration. We're seeing the effort to make the NATO alliance stronger. We're seeing that NATO weapons deal also being implemented. So we're seeing that effort here to put America first. But when we do that, address these challenges in a way that we have our allies and partners also stepping up.
Now, the big question here is just how soon this will happen. Senators are looking to maybe put this into the defense bill that's coming up in the next few months here going into the fall. So it could be some time before this is all agreed to.